Lance Hall here for Let's Discuss with Lance Hall. Happy to welcome Stefan Weinerhal. Closer on that one, Stefan?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Guitarist for the band Falconer, their new album From a Dying Ember coming out June 26th on Metal Blade Records. This is a follow up to 2014's Black Moon Rising. It's been a little while, Stefan. I understand you sort of took time to recharge and you really wanted to just get the best songs you could for this album.
Yeah, that's right. And it took 6 years, so a bit longer than usual. But hey, I don't want to stress the material, and especially since it's going to be the final last album, I just wanted to let it really take its time so I could do my absolute best to get all the ingredients right and so on. So I can step out of the band as proud as possible.
Were all of these songs brand new songs, or any left over from previous albums, or how did that work?
No, it's brand new songs, all of them. Although I think the first 2 or 3 years, I only had two songs done, and that was Kings and Queens and Redeem and Repent. And then really nothing happened for a long time. So I consider somehow those two songs in a different kind of chapter. But I think that's something that only I can really relate to.
You mixed and mastered by Andy LaRock, recorded at Sonic Train Studios. Have you recorded previous albums there? And I think you've worked with Andy as well, correct?
Yeah, we've worked with Andy for all our albums actually, and we also use the same cover artist, John Mining House, for all the cover art. So, a small mini version of Iron Maiden in the 80s, I would say, using Derek Riggs and Martin Birch for everything. That's
Yeah.
a really concept for us.
Yeah. The cover art is fantastic. Was it a theme that you came up with, or the artist?
Actually, I usually come up with pretty much the complete cover, but this time I really didn't have any good idea. I knew the title of the album and that it was going to be the final album for the band, and I just said, listen to the title and have some kind of dying fire in it. So we came up with this funeral pyre kind of Viking burial.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really sing about Vikings, but we are from Sweden, so I guess we have to live with it anyway.
It's a great image. And how about the title itself, From a Dying Ember? Where did that spark from? No pun intended.
It really came from, since it was going to be the last album that we do, I really wanted an album title that could really you could tell from the album title that this is the final one, instead of having an album title like Epitaph or something like that. Sure. From a Dying Ember. Yeah, that's perfect.
Now, going into this, after you had recorded Black Moon Rising in 2014, did you know going into this album it was going to be the final one, or is it just something that occurred along the way?
I think I felt a bit the same way before Black Moon Rising. I knew perfectly well how to write new Falconer songs and how to make them good and so on, but was it a challenge? I had to do a bit of tweaking to get myself going, so to speak, and I felt it even more this time that, okay, we've done this for 20 years, and I like the music and everything, but I really want to do something else too. I mean, I love the movie Braveheart, but I don't want to only watch that movie.
Right.
So that decision really sparked my inspiration, I would say. I knew that, okay, this is the final one, then I can really make as much effort as I possibly could into doing it as good as possible. So I think it really fueled the album.
Yeah. And then musically, I read you finally got to incorporate some fiddle and bagpipes into the music, something you had always wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really know anyone that plays keyed fiddle or bagpipe in Sweden. It's just the strange, obscure German bands that use it. So
Yeah.
We faked it a bit in the past with sampled instruments, but it always sounds plastic and fake. So we just happened to stumble upon two guys who could really play those instruments. And, I mean, the instrument themselves really sounds like shit when you only listen to it, when you solo those kind of instruments. But in the music, they really enhance the right kind of feeling. So that's really what we were looking for.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you about a few of the songs. Nikki got me an advanced copy that I could download and listen to. Fantastic album, Stefan. Fantastic music. Um, and I love the language and some of the words you use for the titles of the song, and I'll get into them in a second. The first one I made a note on was "Redeem and Repent." I thought that had a real. My note that I have here is hooky, very hooky. It's got a great hook to it. Tell me a little bit about that one.
That's one of the songs that really have a straight up cheesy chorus, and I love those kind of choruses. The ones that you really whistle on during the entire day.
Yeah, I say it hooked me.
Yeah, almost a bit too poppy, so to speak. But I mean, I'm always written in a very, very melodic style, and sometimes I thought that, well, this isn't really metal. It's not balls to the wall. It's just cheesy and too whistling. But I mean, that's become our style, so I can live with it.
Yeah, that's sort of your Kiss "Crazy Crazy Nights," right?
I love that album, actually.
Fool's Crusade. So many textures to that song. I'm listening to these through headphones, so I'm really hearing everything, and there were just so many textures to that song. Love that one. How was that one to put together? All those layers.
A bit strange. It don't really have a red line running through it. It's just too much things. A bit proggy in the writing process.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I usually have to hold myself back so I don't put too many layers and too many guitar harmonies and stuff on it, because it just gets chaotic after a while. But on that song, it was just perfect to let everything out, all the medieval elements there, and okay, then we've got a really mighty chorus, and we have some brass on that one, and all kind of things happening. So a really interesting song, but maybe a bit difficult to rehearse because it's not a straightforward rock song.
Yeah. And here's where we're going to get into the language. These are just words you don't hear a lot over here in the States, at least where I'm at. Garnets and a gilded rose. I mean, I love it, just absolutely love it,
fantastic. Found the formula to make something sound medieval. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Something and something else that turns out into something medieval. Like, I think Nagin had a song called Princess Alice and the Broken Arrow or something. Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Just that kind of combination of words. So, a winning concept. And I mean, that kind of song title, you can't really write a lyric about that. So that had to go for the instrumental song.
Yeah.
But really, it sounds medieval too, with the bagpipes and everything going on.
Beautiful song. And then, speaking of beautiful songs, the note I have here is gorgeous, is Rejoice the Adorned. That tune just blew me away. It almost had do I dare say, almost like a Christmas feel to it. I could hear the song being played at like a Christmas time or in a church or something like that. Just a fantastic tune.
Yeah, I think that's my really crowning achievement as a songwriter. And I don't play a single note on the song, but I've written it. I think it's one of my best, actually. Of course, that one is not metal at all. It's just a straight-on piano ballad.
Yeah.
It's super nice, and I mean, Matthias' voice really comes to its true glory and that kind of mellow, laid-back, soft style.
Yes.
It's perfect.
Definitely. I hope I've got this title written right. I'm looking at my notes. Sometimes I don't write. Is it Thrust the Dagger?
Thrust the Dagger Deep, yeah.
Yes. That was my favorite track on the entire album. I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved them. Rejoice the Adorned was fantastic. Gilded Rose good. But this one sort of just jumped out at me. If I had to pick a favorite, this was my favorite. And to me, this is where all the elements sort of came together, in that song. Love that.
Okay, that's strange, because that's the song that I really thought, okay, is this really good enough to go with?
Just to keep on or throw away, right?
That's the weakest song according to me.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I'm just a songwriter.
Yeah. It worked for me, Stefan. It worked for me. I thought it was a great tune.
I mean, we have a Hammond solo in the middle of the song, and the entire song is really medieval and so on. Then along comes a Hammond solo and just destroys it.
Oh, well, like I said, I really liked it. It was my favorite track.
Yeah, I mean, the choir tones, when they came to place in the studio, that really enhanced the song, because, I mean, the vocal is a bit more important in that that song with the choir lyrics and the solo part in the chorus. So yeah, that's the song has something special, but it's not really a hit for me.
And then I gave you my last track test. I always listen, and when we get down to the last track, I listen a little more intently. I want to see if the band is trying as hard on the last song as they are on the first song, and in between. Rapture, the longest song on the album, and just epic, right?
Yeah, and it don't really fit the rest of the album because it's not the verse chorus built up, because it started as a Mythotin song, my old band.
Okay.
We were confronted to do a compilation of all our demos, and we thought that, okay, who would ever want to buy that? But okay, let's give them one new Mythotin song without getting the band back together or anything, just writing one new song for fun. But none of us were really that interested in putting down the time and rehearse the song, but we had the song done, and we didn't want to continue with the idea, so I told Carl Beckman, who I wrote the song with, if I could use it for Falconer and just bring another lyric to it and change the music just slightly. And it really sounds like a Mythotin Falconer kind of song, a bit strange but very Nordic sounding. So I thought it was really, really fitting to end the last Falconer album with a song that really takes you back to the very beginning of my musical career, I would say.
That's what I was going to say. If that was sort of by design, and it brings everything in full circle. So yeah, great.
Yeah, I think so. And I didn't really think that it really fit the rest of the material. So okay, let's have it at the end.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you guys haven't played since 2015. I think your last show was Prog Power over here in Atlanta. And you take that along with, this being the last album and the current situation with the planet, with this COVID-19 coronavirus thing. Any plans at all to try and do any live shows, or this going to put the album out and this is going to be it?
After the 26th of June, we are dead.
Okay.
If you like. I mean, playing live, it has its charm, but we have never been really a live band, and I have never personally felt that I belonged on stage, because being a performer is something completely different from being a songwriter, and I never felt at home being on stage. It just felt not like me.
Yeah.
So I have no problems with just being a studio band after that.
Okay. So where do we go from here with things?
Yeah, I don't know. Tropical house, maybe?
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I've done metal music for 30 years, so I just want to try and play around pretending to be like 14 years old when you're discovering music, and okay, where can I go with this, and try different kind of ideas, because the thing is that I could have tried to make a solo project or something, but I knew that if I still had Falconer and I come up with something good, I will eventually try to adapt all the good ideas into Falconer songs, and then I'm just back to square one again with the old boundaries and the old expectations from myself, what the music should really sound like. So I'm just gonna play around and have fun, and we'll see where it takes me. Maybe I just might end up with a couple of demo songs on SoundCloud where no one really hears the music, but I don't really care. And eventually I might just turn back to metal music in some kind of style, but it's not going to be Falconer anyway.
Well, let's go back to when you were 14, 15-year-olds just starting to play guitar. What music inspired you to pick up the guitar and get involved in bands and recording and songwriting like that? What were you listening to back then that they got you to hear?
Well, my childhood heroes was like Kiss, Motley Crue, Europe, Iron Maiden, and stuff like that. But I think the music that got me into playing was a simpler kind of style where you didn't have to be that good of a musician or actually had to be able to sing. That was death metal. I mean, Battery, Death, Bolt Thrower, stuff like that. That was really my go-to music from age 15 to 18, 19, I think.
Interesting.
So that's a simple kind of death metal, and then it evolved. And I think the folk music were there from the beginning. The death metal was too melodic to be true death metal, but it was just my kind of writing. And then I tried to make heavy metal, and okay, that turned into Falconer's kind of music. So folkish tropical house in the future, maybe. Might be some.
Who were some of the folk artists you were listening to that got you into that?
I didn't listen much to folk music at all, actually. Well, my favorite band is Jethro Tull.
Sure.
But that's not the kind of folk music that Falconer's music resembles in any way.
Yeah.
But it's more like the Celtic kind of.
Okay.
But that's the perfect music. Perfect.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I would say you've created a great album to go out with, and the Falconer fans, I'm sure, are really going to love this and be sad to see you go. But, these things happen in life. Things change, and you move on. And if you don't, you become stale, correct?
Yeah. And, we do music because it's fun and not because we're making a living out of it. So if we're not really that challenged when we do the music, then it's really time to stop.
Yeah.
I think.
You released.
I'm not gonna make albums on routine just because we have a record deal. That's not the right way to do it.
Sure. You released one lyric video. Any plans to do any more videos or anything, or is that going to be it as well?
We're gonna release the next single on the 10th of June, I think.
Okay.
I haven't actually seen the video that was released. Was it a lyric video? Maybe it was.
Okay. Very cool. Talking with.
So not really any kind of plans for the release. That's pretty much up to the label.
Yeah.
And let it over to them to decide which singles to release.
Sure.
And I knew that the German label is gonna pick the fastest song as the first single. That's what the German style of doing it.
That's just the way it goes, right? Very nice. Talking with Stefan, guitarist for Falconer here for Let's Discuss with Lance Hall. Stefan, I always like to wind my interviews up with just some fun questions. I'm hoping these are questions you've never even been asked. Does that sound good?
Okay, that sounds really fun.
All right. If you could go back in time and eat one of your mom's home-cooked meals from your youth, what would you have her make?
I think I would just go for flapjacks.
Flapjacks? Okay.
It's not a meal, but it's good.
Sounds good. What is a day off from music like from you, where you say, okay, I'm not going to do anything music related today? What do you do?
I'm quite a lazy person when it comes to most things, actually. So maybe just read up on some history magazines or doing some gardening at home.
Oh, okay.
But lately I've done a lot of playing around with the music because it's just a fun thing to do with kind of different kind of instruments and so on. So that's pretty much where I've laid most of my free time lately.
Very cool. What other than your own, what is the last bit of music you listened to? Last song or last album or anything?
Something I listened to in the car, I guess.
Okay.
And that was Kashmir.
Oh, okay. Led Zeppelin?
No, the EDM artist Kashmir.
Okay, gotcha. It's late at night and you're hungry. What do you grab for a midnight snack?
Sandwich.
Let's see. Are you superstitious?
Nope.
No?
Not at all.
If you could pick a television show to have a Falconer song placed in, what television show would you pick?
Well, I guess it should fit really good in with, and then I lost the name of it. Game of Thrones.
Okay, there you go. Given your choice of household chores, would you rather do dishes or the laundry?
Dishes, I guess.
Okay. Do you have a pet peeve?
A what?
Pet peeve, something that annoys you.
Yeah, but I really get annoyed when I see car drivers looking at their phones.
Yeah, that's a great one.
That's something that I really get old guy cranky about.
Oh, very good. Last one, and this is the one we have the most fun with. If they were to make a movie of your life, what actor would you have portray you in the movie? And it's your movie, your life. You can choose anyone.
Yeah, that's an easy question.
Yeah.
A really cranky Jack Nicholson, maybe.
Okay. I can almost see, after you said the cranky old man on the phone thing, I said, in my mind, I said, he's going to go with Jack Nicholson. So, very good.
That's the best I can come up with, actually.
All right, Stefan, last question. If you have a young man or a young lady come up to you and they say, Stefan, when I grow up, I really want to get into a band. I have a joy of music. I love music. I'd like to form a band and be in a band. What type of advice would you give them, to lead them in that direction?
What advice when they go into music?
Yeah,
generally?
they wanted to go into music.
Then I would say from my own experience, not that I became a rock star in any kind of way, but I think that where I got is because I didn't copy others. I can't actually play anyone else's song, so just create your own bubble and stay there. Just don't look at others, how they create songs and so on, because then you just copy other kinds of ideas and formulas into doing this or that. But maybe that hold back some people, but I think that I really gained something from not knowing how actually to make music.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's a great observation. That's a great observation. So, very good. Stefan, I've totally enjoyed chatting with you tonight. I hope you have as well. Once again, we've been chatting with Stefan, guitarist for Falconer. Their latest and last album, From a Dying Ember, will come out June 26th on Metal Blade Records. And good luck going forward with whatever you do, Stefan. I best wishes for a happy life.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Fulfilling, happy and fulfilling life, Okay. Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.